theoretically, he's a good shooter. Theoretically. The problem with D'Angelo is in big games, tough games, games where longer defenders will have to guard him, he's awful. And he's a lower IQ type player. Okay, the perfect player for Orlando Magic right now is kind of the perfect player for a lot of other teams. But the Atlanta guard, not Trae Young, Dejounte Murray will fit in seamlessly because they have the Orlando Magic had the number 3 defense in the league this year. Dejounte is going to come in. He's going to he's not going to lose a beat defensively wise. He adds the scoring piece. Yeah, not the strongest shooter, but he's not a weak shooter. He's a solid.
Right.
He's a solid shooter. And then you have another guard who can provide action and get Paolo and Wagner the ball. A guy tweeted at Paolo and was like, it's funny how Caitlin Clark is on ESPN and on TV more than Paolo and the Magic. And then Paolo actually responded.
Yeah.
But he took the high road, which I thought was he should have did something else. But he was just like, "Oh, it's well deserved. She should right now. My time is coming." Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I think
he should have just said this is a failing of the national media and ESPN specifically. We deserve better.
Well, I look at it like this because when I watch the exit interviews of the Magic players, I think that Wagner, Franz, I think he's going. I know he's going. The way he looked like he took it real hard. I'm hoping that he'll come
He
back.
should. He played like dog shit in Game 7.
Yes, he did. And
he should drown in his own tears.
He was out there looking like what's the OKC guard? The child pornographer rapist.
Josh Giddey.
He was out there looking like Josh Giddey.
And what I think with with the Magic, it was a good experience that it was able to go to the playoffs because I was hoping
at that. That's on me.
I think that it was the best thing for them because the city definitely need for the Magic to go get into the playoffs to get a taste of the of being being defeated.
I'm not a big fan of going to the playoffs just to lose and calling that a win.
I don't think it's a win
or positive or because they've done it before. Like the Magic is not like they have a fucking 40-year drought of not making the playoffs. Like they've gotten into the first round and have lost before, and then they went on another 8-year drought of not making the playoffs again. Like I understand that you have Paolo and you're like, okay, my thing is here, like I do think the Magic are a good, solid young team. I don't look at Paolo as the Orlando Magic fans look at Paolo. I don't look at Wagner. I don't look at your players as the fans look at the players. Okay, I think that you need a stronger star, a stronger number one, and Paolo would be a great number 2 or 3 on a championship contending team. Okay, because the problem is, how are you going to? And I have this up on the screen now of they're eyeing D'Angelo Russell. This is the thing. Orlando Magic front office is already shaky to trash. Okay, they're in that lane. There's no good, great, better, some good days, bad days. There is shaky to trash is that front office. And if they think D'Angelo Russell is going to come in there and do anything, you know what I mean? And you're taking minutes away from Suggs, you're taking minutes away, whatever.
You have to trade somebody.
Did you see that?
It's terrible.
Did you see the thing today on IG that Minnesota, the 4 starting players with Russell instead of Connolly, was the worst statistical offensive team in the league last year, and you replace him with Connolly, and now
all
you're
of a sudden
among the best.
All of a sudden,
yeah,
that's not a coincidence.
Yeah.
Point guard is not the Magic weak point. They need a true shooting guard. Because when you look at it, I think Pablo could. Way how Pablo mentality is, he has that Monmouth mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because I done seen interviews of him, and just he really want to become that guy. Because even with the Olympics that he played, he knew that he wasn't gonna get in because of his offense. He knew that he had to do other things in order to get playing time, which it helped him helped him with this sophomore season, as in rebounding, playing more better defense. And I only think that he's only going to get better because he's going to his third year.
Yeah.
I just think that for overall he just need a better supporting cast. He need a shooting guard. That's the only thing we need. Shooting guard. We okay on point guards. If anything, we need to make a trade. I say make a trade or get rid of Wendell Carter. I'm not a big fan of Wendell Carter. I think we need to get rid of him.
Yeah, Wendell, I think you guys, gave him a contract extension like 2 years ago, so he's still there. He's not going to go anywhere. To improve the team, they do need to improve at the guard position. Whether it's point guard or shooting guard, doesn't matter.
Specifically shooting.
Yeah. It's as long as it's a shooter coming in. And I understand the mind frame with D'Angelo because theoretically, he's a good shooter, theoretically. The problem with D'Angelo is in big games, tough games where longer defenders will have to guard him, he's awful. And he's a lower IQ type player, okay? The perfect player for Orlando Magic right now is kind of the perfect player for a lot of other teams, but the Atlanta guard, not Trae Young, Dejounte Murray will fit in seamlessly because they have the Orlando Magic had the number 3 defense in the league this year. Dejounte is going to come in. He's going to, he's not going to lose a beat defensively wise. He adds the scoring piece. Yeah, not the strongest shooter, but he's not a weak shooter. He's a solid.
Right.
He's a solid shooter, and then you have another guard who can provide action and get Paolo and Wagner the ball.
You'll be giving up too much to get him though.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Not if you're trying to win.
No, you're not. Yeah.
You
got everything you need. The Magic got this. They have the second most money to provide.
Are you talking about? Is he gonna be a free agent? Or are you talking about trading for him?
You have to trade for Dejounte. You have to trade for Dejounte.
But
you got all your
about
picks.
About what Atlanta want.
It's about what Atlanta can get.
Orlando Magic has
if
everything.
they feel like they need to make a move, Magic has young players. They still have some picks. You
all
can
their
put together a package.
You could
do
1,000%.
If Murray wants out, that helps too.
Yeah.
I was,
and Florida's a non-tax state.
That too. I would say, to be honest with you, I know it might not be a sexy pick, but I'll go for Buddy Hill.
Buddy Hill,
now you're not. Yeah.
No. Now hear me out. With Buddy Hill, okay, he's gonna say a good outside. You're not asking him to do much. You asking him to be a spot up 3-point shooter. We don't need we already got people that can already create. Their own shot.
Here's the problem with Buddy Hield, though. You say all that, it sounds nice, but like either he's going to have a meaningful role or not, and there's an economic cost to playing him to give him enough minutes to do the shooting, but what cost? That's why Murray's a better option because he gives you good two-way play. He fits into and makes you better on both sides of the ball. Hield is just one, and you're going to sacrifice defensive minutes to accommodate his shooting. And at this point, He's not a starter. He's just a bench shooter. Like those guys get passed around like hookers at a truck stop.
But the thing about
he's an expensive bench shooter. And I know y'all got money, but you don't want to just.
But think about the thing about it is you look at, what I'm saying, what Dante Murray did with the Hawks and did with the Spurs. It ain't too much of a big improvement.
Meaning what?
As in, like, they didn't make when. Let me ask you this: when Atlanta played this season, did they make a step? Did they took a step forward?
Yes, with Murray, they were a much better team statistically and record-wise with Murray and with Trae Young out hurt. Now, you're not going to make the playoffs when you have your supermax player out. You're just not. If Paolo goes out, the Magic going to lose 20, 30, 40 games.
Yeah, of course.
But Murray was great. Now, in the reverse, when Murray was out and Trae Young was in, they lost a ton of games. You know what I mean? The impact is there for Murray. Murray, he's known within the league, and also he's on he has about 3 or 4 years left, and he's on a fucking team-friendly deal. He's not anywhere near a max. He's ideal for a ton of teams, and Atlanta knows this is the year they have to pivot. They're going to have to get rid of one of those two guards. Now, if you're a team, you have to get Dejounte as one of those two guards, and they're going to get rid of one of those two guards.
They're
They're just
get
going
rid
to.
of if anything, they're gonna get rid of Trae Young.
The league doesn't know that yet. We don't know that yet because
I feel so as they will.
it will.
It might, and
maybe.
it might be the better move, but I think that there's, yeah, again, I don't know, I don't have a lot of trust in who operates the Hawks.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
They may
We don't
feel
know.
that Trae Young's a better commercial
He's the
player.
star. He's going to
Yeah.
sell tickets. Like
Yeah.
he's on the pamphlets. He's on the Hawks pamphlets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Front of
And-
the
and-
media guy.
And you have the number one pick, but nobody loves these number one picks. Like,
No.
yeah, if there was
None.
a true, like, whatever
Yeah,
star coming
This is a
out,
horrible draft.
you can pivot off him and be
Yeah,
okay, because
yeah.
then you'll just put this new guy on everything,
Yeah.
right?
But one thing I will say, every number one pick, the times that the Magic did get a number one pick, we end up going to the finals. You look at what Shaq. went to the
Shaq and
finals.
Dwight.
I say, with Pablo, I really feel that because you got to look at the president.
We're a
of-
long way from the finals, though.
I say probably 3 years. 3
Three
years.
long years, man.
3 years. It all depends on. To be honest with you,
It took Jesus 3 days to come back.
but you got what I'm looking at with the Magic is I'm looking at the people they had draft. Look at Anthony Black. I want to see how his summer's gonna be when he gained weight, and I want to see how.
I think Anthony Black is tits on a bull.
Nah,
Bring it down like this.
oh,
one.
Yeah, that's not a difference-making NBA player.
no. But the thing about it is only his first year.
It doesn't matter.
But the thing about it, look, everybody thought that Jalen Suggs was done. But when he came back with that tremendous year that he had, nobody was expecting for him to have that year.
Jalen Suggs has, as a top 5 pick, has simply evolved into being a good two-way starter.
But
That's it.
But last year he was not.
He's more one way than two, but
No,
yeah,
he was
A one and a half way
he's
starter.
a 1.5.
he was a- when him and Franz was drafted at the same time. People was looking more for Jalen. People were surprised about Franz. Jalen had to sit there and basically work on his game all summer. And he actually mentioned that he had to work on his game.
But the thing that's key that makes him a starter is what he had closer to the beginning, and that's defensive effort. Like, he's still not much of an offensive guy.
This what I want. I don't mean to cut you off, but this is the same point here I'm making. I don't want the Orlando Magic fans to become Dallas Cowboy fans in the sense of you got to be able to call out the guys, okay, and because you got to put pressure on ownership and on the front office to bring in better guys, okay? Because if you're saying that all of these guys are great and all these guys
Or
have
give
the
them another
potential to
year.
be great, give them another year and do this and that, you're not putting enough pressure on front office to bring in better players. Like, I'm a 76ers fan. Pink knows, everybody knows, I'm quick on the draw. I've been on the get rid of Tobias and Ben. I'm a year ahead of
In
time.
the bedroom and
The thing about it is the reason why the Magic are taking their time with they taking it because of you look at the media. When they talk about these teams, you talk about the Lakers, you talk about these big market teams. They don't really look at the Magic and if they was to put pressure on the Magic like they would do like with the Lakers, Golden State Warriors.
It's not about the media. It's not about the media.
that's
No,
not.
no,
It's
but the reason why I say that because, when you have people like Stephen A. Smith that has is real powerful in the media, if he would have sit there and actually would have somebody that's real powerful in the media was sit there and talk about the Magic, talk about how the choices they've been all these years, they need to do something. Because even when the Lakers wasn't doing that great, they were still getting media coverage.
But that's kind of just a non-issue.
Yeah.
Like, certain franchises, like the Lakers and to a degree the Knicks, are always going to have like a false media attention because of the market.
That just is
Yeah.
what it
The
is.
rest of the league, when you're in one of these other teams, you have to force yourself into the forefront of the league. like Minnesota's doing right now.
Of course.
You do that by winning. So the narrative around the Magic is essentially irrelevance until they make it something different. And that's why, like, shitting the bed in Game 7 of round 1 is a bad look. And they got to be better. But the pressure to improve immediately and improve significantly starts internally in the team front office and then in the community, because the national media doesn't give a damn about this organization.
No, they sure don't. And you think about it, ESPN is owned by Disney, and Disney is in Orlando. You would,
it don't matter.
You would think in a perfect world.
The world's not perfect, man.
You know what I'm saying? But I know that part. But in the perfect,
and poverty,
you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like
too.
that, I understand that. But like in the perfect world, you would think that they would get all this type of media coverage, but it's not like that. But what I'm saying is, I think the Game 7, them losing, was probably the best thing for them.
How?
Because one thing, when you that loss, okay, prime example. I'll give you an example. When Kobe had played against the Celtics, right, and back in 2008, and when they got their ass blown out, and Kobe was like, hey, he like, hey, let's get to work.
But where did that loss occur?
It came to the NBA Finals.
Yeah,
but
that's the difference.
But I understand that. But at the same time, you gotta look at, but at the same time, they still didn't win anything. But you look at the Magic, when they lost in the first round, that 7th game. You gotta take that, like, what? We got a taste of how it feels to be in the playoffs. We like this. We want more of this.
So